Dementia is a very general term that refers to three things. One is that you or somebody else in your life have a complaint about a change in memory or thinking. Two is that some objective in-office exam given by your doctor or another specialist shows that there are, in fact, changes in your memory and thinking. And three is that those changes impact your ability to do the things that you have always done yourself in your everyday life. So you may find it more difficult to be independent than you had before. Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia in individuals over the age of 65 years old. So Alzheimer's disease is a type of dementia. The top three things that people can do to preserve their memory are to exercise, to maintain the appropriate diet, and to socialize. In terms of exercise, the current recommendations for exercise are 150 minutes of cardiovascular activity a week, breaks down to about 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. And this is really exercise that gets your heart beating a little bit faster. You may feel slightly out of breath or a little bit sweaty. So we're talking about cardiovascular or aerobic activity. Maintaining a healthy diet is important for your body and your brain. We usually say what's good for the body is good for the brain. The Mediterranean style diets are the diets that we recommend most often. They have the strongest support in terms of their link to brain health. And these diets encourage the consumption of fruits, whole grains, and vegetables at every meal, fish at least twice a week. They are low in saturated fats, but encourage the consumption of good fats like those found in olive oil or avocados and nuts, and low in red meat and sugar and yogurt and other dairy sparingly. In terms of socialization, we know that remaining socially active can be a protective factor for memory loss as we get older. And so making sure that we're maintaining our social connections, maybe meeting friends to exercise or have a healthy meal, and staying socially connected and socially active in our everyday lives. A lot of people ask about brain games and whether playing brain games can help to keep their brains healthy as they get older. There are a lot of advertisements out there about various brain games. The research does not seem to support the use of brain games to keep the brain healthy. In fact, the FTC recently fined some companies for making unfounded claims that these things would preserve brain health and ward off things like Alzheimer's disease as we get older. And so we don't recommend that individuals play brain games. What we do recommend is that people use their time and their money to do other things that we know are good for the brain. And those include things that we talked about, like exercise and socialization and staying cognitively active by engaging in the world around us, learning a new instrument or a new language later in life, taking other types of classes, visiting museums, and doing all of the things that we can do to remain engaged in our community.